Hello friends, my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some DIYs with you guys. I love nature, I love crafting, I love making things out of things I already have. Cottagecore is probably my favorite aesthetic right now, especially because it's springtime and it just makes me so happy to get back outside after the long Minnesota winters. I've been on Pinterest exploring some nature crafts that I can do, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 4 different very simple, easy DIYs that anyone can do. You guys could do these with your kids, your grandkids. It's a great excuse to get them outside and playing in nature. There is scientific proof that being in touch with nature helps boost serotonin levels, and so that is a good thing for anyone. This first craft that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is something I'm going to use as wall art, a kind of nature dream catcher of sorts. I used a wooden embroidery hoop for mine, which I got really cheap at Walmart, but you could also make it even more rustic, which I think would be absolutely beautiful and way more cool, by using some vines that you find outside and forming them into a wreath shape. Then all you need is a little bit of twine and some dried flowers that you can find out in nature. Cleaned out my garden after the winter and I threw all of my dried flowers away, and I'm so bummed about it because I would have had such cool ones to add to this craft. But I do have some other ones that I saved previous years, so I'll be using those in my craft today. In the next crafts coming up, I'm going to be hunting around and finding stuff outside, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But anyways, let's get on and I'll show you how I did it. really love how that one turned out. And the next craft that I'm going to be making is a very rustic little stick flower vase. You can add wildflowers that you cut from your own garden or find on your nature walks. I always love to have little vases around the house to put flowers that my son picks for me. For this one, I used a pickle jar that I just had lying around the house. Mine is kind of a square pickle jar, and I thought that shape would be cool, but I think it actually doesn't really make a difference what shape you use, and it's probably even easier if you just use a regular round pickle jar. And my son helped me collect sticks that are about the same width and size from around our yard, and then we add a little bit of twine and tie it all together. Also, a little tip that I will share with you guys is definitely use hot glue if you have it lying around. It made this so much easier for me to be able to get all the sticks how I wanted them placed. And then before I tied the twine around them, the sticks definitely do not want to be hot glued onto the jar. They just fall off really easily, but it sticks long enough for you to get the twine on there, so it definitely makes it easier. I love how that vase turned out so much. I think that might actually be my favorite craft in this video. I'm definitely going to be keeping that one for a long time. But the next two that I'm going to be sharing with you guys were my favorite ones to make. They were so much fun. I've had this beautiful antique frame hanging in my office for the last couple of years, and every time I pass by it, I just want something so badly to be put in there, but I cannot make up my mind on what I wanted to put. All I know is that I wanted it to be something that I made myself. So this seemed like the perfect experiment to try out, and I love it there. Since it hasn't been warm enough here for my flower garden to be blooming yet, I decided to head to a little flower shop in my town, and I bought some flowers for my deck, which I will be sharing with you guys in another video. But I also collected lots of fallen petals and little flowers from the ground that had fallen off plants. There's a lot of them. It costed me nothing to collect these little flower petals, and it also kind of helped clean up the flower shop floor a little bit. I also have 4 kids, and so we had no more white computer paper left in our house. It gets used up really fast around here because we're a very artsy family. So I used an old large white envelope that I was just going to be throwing in the recycling bin anyways. And I began this craft out thinking I was just going to be using the flower petals that I found in the shop. But after I did the first round, I didn't really like it, and there was lots of blank spots, so I decided to go out and collect some more grasses and leaves from my yard to do a second go at it after the first time dried, which you'll see in a minute here. Once the greenery was added, I loved how it looked, and it was just perfect. So, alright, on to the next craft. I just loved making that little happy nature craft. I thought that one was so much fun, but I've got one more to share with you guys, and for this one I also used the same little flowers and greenery that I had left over from the last craft. All that you need for this one is packing tape, so if you guys already have packing tape laying around your house, it's another one that you can make for free. All that you have to do is get your packing tape, stick it down to the counter and flip it over so the sticky side is facing up, and then again flip over the other end so it's just one long piece sticky side up with both ends curved under, if that makes sense. Then you just take all of your little bits of flowers and plants and stick them in a pretty way that you want them arranged, and you basically take another piece of packing tape over the top of it, sticky side to sticky side, and press them together and trim the ends off, and you have a beautiful bookmark. This little bookmark gave me so much joy every time I opened my book, and I just wanted to stare at it all the time. There is one little warning though. Some of the little plants inside of the bookmark did start growing some fuzzy little nature surprises, So this isn't a bookmark that will last forever. This is just a temporary, beautiful thing that you can use for a little while. The silver lining to that is then you can get your booty back outside, go on your little nature hikes, and find some more treasures for your next bookmark, which is a huge part of the fun. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Which of these crafts was your favorite one, and are you going to be trying any of these? I have a long list of nature crafts that I'm going to be trying out this spring and summer. These ones I picked were the 4 easiest ones, I think, but the other ones are pretty simple too. So if you want to see what I have to come, I'll definitely share them on here with you guys. I would love it if you guys subscribed if you haven't yet, and followed along with some of the fun stuff to come this summer. I'm going to be having a lot more nature content, some cottagecore stuff, gardening, vintage treasure hunting, some happy hippie vibes, try-ons, decorating, baking, picnics, whatever other random things that I'm in the mood to do, and I will share some of that with you guys on here. So I very much appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I hope that we see you in the next one. Bye!